and we're going to speak a bit about FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling, which this week I made sure I watched every bit of, and I have to say I did enjoy some of the matches and characters that I saw on television. And first of all, let's mention without hesitation that Dusty Rhodes is in fact the commentator. Absolutely wonderful to hear the American Dream on there each and every week.
Yeah, his commentary is just genius. I think he's very entertaining, very funny, and even his last week's stuff with Byron Saxton was quite funny, and his tangents tend to be quite funny too. Asking, did they fire Josh Matthews?
Well, I like that.
NXT last week. I thought that was pretty funny. Dusty's cool. I like Dusty a lot.
One of the primary reasons that you can tune in each and every week and not worry that you're not going to know a single name on there. First of all, you're welcomed by the dulcet tones, if you like, of Dusty Rhodes. He's unmistakable, that voice. And as you have dubbed him, the man of sax, Byron Saxton. Byron Saxton, the man of sax. That's officially the Wrestledope title for Byron. And certainly at one point in time we'd hope to speak to Byron and all the FCW talent, because I know that one thing those guys are going to need is to learn how to talk to the media. We're the media, right?
We're the media. So Byron Saxton, you better get your stuff together, because who knows, someday we could be interviewing you.
Officially dubbing the Wrestledope podcast as, well, the media. That's what we're calling ourselves now. But we are in fact the wrestling media, and indeed we like to speak about wrestling. That's one thing we did say last week, and that's our motto, was that we will speak about wrestling and not UFC or MMA. We have no problem with UFC or MMA, but it is something that we have absolutely zero interest in. Now, we're speaking about FCW. And as I said, Dusty Rhodes on commentary was fantastic, welcoming you in and certainly giving you that familiar feeling. AJ Lee, the queen of FCW, I think that she is in fact a new Melina under development, and she certainly had that look about her. I definitely think that she could be pushed if given the opportunity. And AJ Lee with Johnny Prime defeated Penny Cash and Donnie Marlowe. Certainly standing out of that crowd was the Queen of FCW, AJ Lee.
Yeah, AJ Lee, I'm down with AJ Lee. I think she would be a great addition to SmackDown or Raw in the future. And you're right about Melina, and actually kind of in parts reminded me of Roxy a little bit as well, with the kind of in-ring ability, and it'd be interesting to see if she can really deliver on the mic as well as she can in the ring, because it kind of took me off guard. Definitely want to watch AJ Lee.
Wes Brisco took on Heath Slater. These guys still look like young stars developing. It looks like they've got a bit of a ways to go yet. At least Heath Slater getting that opportunity on primetime television via WWE next, and maybe Wes Brisco will follow shortly. It remains to be seen. But one of the things about this match was Heath Slater pretty much went over. He got the win and then stopped selling very, very quickly. He jumped up and started dancing. What about that match you were just in that went on for about 10 minutes?
Yeah, well, that's Heath Slater all out, the rock star without the instrument, as he likes to call himself. An interesting guy, definitely, but there's a fine line between selling and not selling, and I think Heath Slater needs to walk down that path and have a look around at the houses a little bit more, you know.
Great to see Savannah announcing, and also another new face in there, Courtney Taylor, someone that could perhaps be a new Lillian Garcia in the making, and the team of Darren Young and Percy Watson. Darren Young, gimmick and work is much better in FCW. I thought in NXT he's been, shall we say, a little bit taken down a peg or two, not quite as funny and entertaining as he is in FCW.
Yeah, I think probably purposely done on WWE's behalf, trying to get Otunga and Daniel Bryan over and make them the focus of the show, and push down your Darren Young as sorry, I've got confused with David and Daniel Otunga. But yeah, I think that he probably just hasn't been given the chance to shine for those reasons, to put the other two boys over.
I know we've only seen him on programming for 2 weeks, in fact, that of Darren Young I speak of, but I certainly feel like his comfort level at FCW is probably quite high now, and watching FCW I saw a much more polished performer and almost a different guy from the guy who's currently on television. But that of course comes with the nerves of being on that WWE show and having that huge audience. You gotta break in.
Yeah, it will take time for him to develop into what he's comfortable with and what they're comfortable with. We've seen it many times over the years. Even how long did it take Cena to fall into what he is today, or from anyone, Triple H to pretty much most of the big talent. The Rock went down the same road. Look at Steve Austin again, from the Stunning Steve days right around to Stone Cold. I mean, a huge transition, but how long did it take for him to fall into place?
It certainly looks like we're going to see a lot more from Darren Young, my namesake, going ahead in the future on WWE NXT. You can of course catch him on FCW as well, and see that all-round more confident guy. Would be interesting if you feel like he's not the best. Maybe it might change your mind. Now, continuing with FCW, of course, we did mention Darren Young. He is teaming with a guy called Percy Watson. And how would you describe Perry's gimmick, putting you on the spot?
Percy Watson.
What can we say? Only that his gimmick is... I don't even think there's a PC word for it, so I'm actually going to move on from the Percy Watson gimmick. Now, in the middle of that promo, we had Darren Young and Percy Watson. They sauntered out to the ring, did a bit of dancing and all that stuff, and they began to cut a promo, interrupted then by Caelan Croft, who came out with a vengeance and told the guys exactly where to get off, followed later by Trent Beretta and Kurt Hawkins, former Edgehead.
I'm a big fan of Trent Beretta and Kurt Hawkins. I think Hawkins should be back up on the main roster working his gimmick big time. He's sadly missed, but maybe FCW needs to thaw out down there for a little bit and find what it is that he's missing. But yeah, he's an all-rounder, definitely. Big fan. I'm a big fan of that dude. So
Caelan Croft interrupting the promo, and apparently it seems that Caelan Croft and Trent Beretta in FCW, they go under the name the Dude Busters. I wonder why we haven't heard that one on TV yet.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably trying to find grounds for the gimmick and see if it works in FCW.
And Kurt Hawkins, who had formerly teamed with the guys, has turned on them, and he's now with a monster heel, and I don't think we caught his name, or maybe I missed it, but that's something that happened there in FCW. And then finally, Brett DiBiase, he came out to a very familiar sounding music. Apparently Mr. Perfect's music starts off his tune, but it does then go on to a brand new tune. Wonder why they're using a Mr. Perfect tune for Brett DiBiase.
Well, wasn't Brett paired with Joe Hennig?
We said all we can about FCW Florida Championship Wrestling this week. I wish it was on television here because I'd watch it. Sky Sports, they should sign it up. Some small channel, I believe Bright House Sports airs the show in the United States, and it couldn't be that expensive to buy the rights to that show. Maybe someone's missing a trick.